Talk about search. How do you get in front of people who are actively searching for solutions to their problem or searching for information, right? When you're a human being and you have a problem or a desire, you tend to search for information about that problem or desire online. You might search for things in a search engine, on social media side. There's a bunch of places where you're going to go out and start searching. Well, when these companies realize that someone's searching for something, they do two things. One, you can either pay to show up in the search results, or they will find the best content they can that someone's created that they've found and recommend it to you organically, right, without paying. So those are the two ways. I'm going to go through some examples real quick, show you how some businesses are doing this, how different platforms work, and how you can either pay to get in front of someone who's searching for information or earn your way into being that person. All right, so here's an example. I've searched here how to sell my course online. Let's say I'm somebody and I have a course and I want to have people purchase it. I might search for something like this. There's a million other things I might search for, but I'll go into Google, type in how to sell my course online, and then Google is going to give me some results. It gives me a lot of results, but the first page here is the most important. Now, where it says sponsored, these are people who have paid to get my attention. They have paid Google a certain amount so that when anytime someone searches how to sell my course online, they get to show up in the results first time, right? So all these guys, ThriveCourseStudio.com, GetKajabi.com, they've all paid to show up on my feed here, right? Now, click this link. It's going to show me, okay, cool, here's a landing page. And they're going to start to try and monetize my attention, get me to learn more about their product and purchase. But they've earned my attention, or they've paid for my attention by right here clicking or paying to show up in the results for how to sell my course online. Now, there's other people down here who have earned the right. They haven't paid Google anything, but Google thinks their content is so good that they're going to recommend it, right? So Kajabi, for example, has these 9 steps to sell online courses like a pro. And there's all these other things, Learn Worlds, Unscreen, all these places. These people have created content that is so good and uses the right keywords. And again, we'll get into the technical part of this later, but they use all the right stuff so that Google thinks that this page is so awesome that when someone searches this particular thing, it recommends that as a result, as a search result. So here we go. We've got an example of a search, someone who's like, oh, I've got to find out how to sell my course online. They've used Google as search engine, and businesses have either paid Google money to get my attention, or they have earned that right through organic means by doing SEO and search engine optimization. Again, we'll get into the details of this, but here's an example of it, right? Now, the same thing happens for local businesses. So I've searched for chiropractor, Houston, Texas. Let's imagine I'm in Houston. Let's imagine I need a chiropractor service. I might search something like this. There are certain businesses that haven't paid anything, but just have really good reviews, and Google has thought that they're good to recommend. So they're here in this sort of places. This is another example, but for local businesses, right? Another place that people go to search for local needs, right, is this. You might go to Yelp and type in dentist, Houston, Texas, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of results. You're gonna get a bunch of sponsored results here at the top. Again, people who have paid Yelp to get my attention, to get their stuff in front of people who are actively searching for dentists. And then we got people down here who have just simply earned it. They've got a lot of good reviews. They've got a good profile. So Yelp decides to recommend them. So that's an example of paid and organic search on this search platform, which is Yelp. There's a lot of search platforms. Let's look at another one. YouTube is a big search platform. I mean, it's obviously social media. It's a place with a lot of content, but it's like the second biggest search platform in the world. So again, let's say I'm somebody who says how to sell more courses. Immediately in the results, people have paid YouTube to show up with this ad. Teachable is paid for an ad. This clickforcourse.com is paid for an ad. They have paid for my attention. They paid to get their little ad in front of my eyes right off the bat, right? There's a couple of these. And then there's other people who've just created really cool videos, and YouTube thinks, well, when someone searches this, I want to give them a good video so they'll stay on my site and watch it so I can sell more ads. It's kind of a complicated process, but they're going to recommend the ones that they think are the best based on engagement and views and all that stuff. So again, here's an example. A search, and people who have paid to get my attention, and then people who have simply earned my attention through organic content. Now, there's a lot of other places people search. People search on TikTok. I don't really have a TikTok account. I created it just so I could do this example. But how to do one-arm pull-ups, people create this. It doesn't look like, well, maybe they do. Let's see. Let's refresh and see if that actually changes anything. You can't really pay for search results. You can't really pay for that, but a lot of people use TikTok as a search engine as well. So again, there's content that people create that favor the algorithm. We're going to talk about disrupt and interrupt and how people do the organic stuff over here. But for the most part, it's just organic search on TikTok. Then you've got Instagram and Facebook. Again, people pay to get on top of those. I could show you a million examples, but here's just a few that you guys can think about. So Again, those are the two ways, right? When someone is actively intent on gathering information or solving a problem, you can either pay to get in front of them through these different platforms, or you can earn the right to get in front of them by creating content in a certain way. So when people are searching for a solution, you can either pay to get in front of them, or you can earn the right to get in front of them by producing amazing content and following the algorithms of these different platforms. And we're going to show you how to do that later in the program.